Hello and welcome to a new video on my channel. After seeing how lazy VStack and lazy HStack works, today we'll take a look at the lazy VGrid and lazy HGrid. To create a grid, you need three ingredients. The first one is your data that we have here. We have the model and we have an array of videos here inside the model. And this is it for the first ingredient. So we have our data. So let's go on the grids file. And here, as you can see, I already created a video card that has a rounded rectangle, and we have the video title and the image. That's the icon art property on the video. And here in the grids view, we have a scroll view, a for each that iterates over our videos, and we have the video card that receives the video that has a frame and a padding. And this is it. Here you can scroll. The next ingredient is the grid item. The grid item is the way you create your layout. You have three possible settings for the grid item view. The first one is adaptive. And let me show you how this is done. So we're gonna create a lazy VGrid, and for the lazy VGrid we need to specify the columns. So we'll say let columns equal, and here we're gonna declare a grid item, and the grid item can be adaptive. When you select this option, the grid will insert as many items as it can. You can declare also a minimum width. If you want to control the number of columns, you can here declare them as flexible, and you can specify minimum and maximum, but here we won't. And we'll want to display the grid with two columns. A third possible option is to declare one or more columns as fixed, and here we can give it the value, let's say 100. Okay, and the third ingredient to create the grid, it's using the lazy VGrid or lazy HGrid. Inside the scroll view we'll say lazy VGrid, and we need to specify the columns. And as you can see, there is a bug. The autocomplete doesn't know I already typed columns, and here we're gonna pass the columns, and we wrap the for each and hit resume, and you can see we have the grid. Maybe if we switch this we'll see it better. Let's hit resume, and yes, and let's add padding here. Okay, and to make this look better, we'll say that this grid item is also flexible, and now it should look better, and yes, it does. And let's see how adaptive grid item works. So we'll delete this grid item, and here instead of flexible we'll say adaptive, and the minimum will be the size of our cell, so 160, and the maximum, let's say 200. Hit save, hit resume, and the result is the same, but let's say here we change 100 and hit resume. You will see that now 3 items are on the first row and the fourth is on the second row, but this is not right because our grid item has 160 width, so we cannot declare the minimum smaller than the minimum size of the card, because it will look like this, and this is not okay. Let's hit resume, and now we have the right size. Let's try to use the device to change the orientation. And now let's try to rotate the phone. And you can see now all the items are displayed on the first row. And this is pretty nice. It works out of the box. And this is it. This is how you use grids in SwiftUI on iOS 14. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and please subscribe, because it will help me grow the channel and keep me posting new videos.